Good afternoon, students. Today's subject English prose. Today in English prose we are going to do a very interesting lesson. The name of the lesson is The Noble Monkey. Chapter number 32, The Noble Monkey. Now let's see why this monkey is called noble in the lesson. In a forest, on the banks of river Ganga, there was a tall, shady mango tree. Every year it bore big, juicy mangoes that were very sweet to taste. In the forest there lived hundreds of monkeys with their king. The Monkey King was bigger, stronger, and also wiser than all the other monkeys. The monkeys loved the mango tree for its spreading branches, cool shade, and delicious fruit. They often played about on the tree and enjoyed eating the tasty mangoes. Their king warned them, "Don't let even a single mango fall into the river. If the current carries it down to the land of man, they will come here in search of the heavenly fruit and destroy the peace in this land." Now this was the advice given by the Monkey King to all the other monkeys. He advised them not see that a single mango doesn't fall into the river. If the current carries it down to the land of man, they will come here in the search of heavenly mango and destroy the peace of us. But one day what happened? One day, however, a ripe mango fell into the river and was carried with the flow to the city of Benares. It was found by a fisherman who had never seen anything like it before, so he presented it to the king. When the king tasted a slice of the fruit, he liked it very much. He shared it with his queen and ministers. They all loved its flavor, and in the end it was decided that a search party should be sent to find the tree that bore such divine fruit. Now see how king tasted the mango and he liked it, and then he ordered his soldiers to search the tree. By and by, everyone was searching the tree. The king and the courtiers were overjoyed when they saw the tree. When the king's men noticed the monkeys enjoying the fruit, they were annoyed. They decided to drive them away mercilessly. They set volleys of arrows to kill the monkeys and to scare them away for good. The monkey's king swam to the other side of the river and ordered the others to do the same. "Move quickly, save your lives by vanishing deep into the forest on the other bank," he urged. However, he soon realized that the river stream was too wide for the others to follow. Quick as lightning, he did something unusual. Catching hold of the tall cane with his leg, he swung back to the side where the other monkeys waited. Then he took firm hold of a branch of a tree. This way he made a bridge across the river with his own strong body. The Monkey King then ordered the monkeys to rush to the other side over his own body. The monkeys lost no time in following his command. The the Monkey King's body was being trampled upon and bruised and injured by the rushing hordes of monkeys. But he did not waver. He kept a tight hold over the cane and the branch till the last monkey landed safely on the other side. By then he was badly injured and lost all his strength. He fell down in a swoon. The king of Benares was watching this with amazement. He was touched by the bravery and sacrifice of the great Monkey King. He asked his men to stop shooting arrows. The king asked the monkey, "Why did you sacrifice your life in this way?" said the king of Benares. The Monkey King answered, "The monkeys are like my children. I am their chief and guide, and it is my duty to protect them. They are now safe, and I die a happy death. I am glad I could do my duty." So saying, the great ape closed his eyes forever. The king of Benares never forgot the great sacrifice that he had witnessed. Now, children, you understood why the Monkey King was called noble? He sacrificed his life for other monkeys. He treated them like his own children. He wanted them to be saved, so for them he died. Now in this picture you can see how he was holding and other monkeys were jumping on his body and crossing the bank of the river and going to the other side of the river. Thank you.